Hello, everybody, and welcome to upstate New York, Watkins Glen International for Season 2, race number 12 of the NCS SimRacing Challenge. It's the Mobil 1 at the Glen. It's going to be 23 laps around this 2.45 mile road course, a beautiful, beautiful track that is sure to have some exciting racing. We took a week off for our all-star break, which was won by Nick Roten. And now we are back in the action at yet another road course. Second points paying race in a row that we will be at a road course. We were at the Roval 2 weeks ago. Alexander Rowe holds a slight advantage over Christopher Marnell entering today's race. It should be interesting to watch as Marnell starts up front row a little bit back. So it should be quite the race here at Watkins Glen. In the truck race on Wednesday, we had Aris Yuko up in the booth, and Connor Brenton won the race. Who will win today's Mobil 1 at the Glen? Like I said, 23 laps around this wonderful track. It's sure to be an exciting one. Here is today's starting lineup. Row number 1 sees Garrett Lamar on the pole, winner of the last 2 road course races, 2 for 2 on the year, and Christopher Marnell. LJ Toledo, Arwin Basic make up row number 2. Aris Yuko, Ian McDaniel in row 3. Row number 4 sees Axel Rocha and Harry Williams. Row 5 has Rue Sharp in the 86 of Abel Nickerson. Row number 6 sees Tom Gill and Keith Hughes. Row 7, Christian Vargas in the number 72 and Jonah Burge. Row 8 has Rory Sharp and Colin Scarborough. These cars are rolling off. Row 9, Jimothy Sharp and Michael Guthrie. Row 10 sees Hayden Phillips and Mitchell Collins. Spencer Davis and Barney Thresher make up row number 11. Row 12, Boston Jones and Henry Guo. Row 13, Joshua Harrison and Aaron Hunter. Row 14, Nathan Stapleton and Richard Fridge. James Sharp and Jacob Dabo, those are the drivers making up row number 15. Row 16 sees Sean McKean and Sela Nosler. Row 17, the All-Star Race winner, Nick Roten and Sam Francis. Row 18, Alexander Rowe and Nelson Reeves. Row 19 has Abby Lane and Greg Rowland. And then rounding out the field in today's race, David Kreutz and Josh Moore. Moore went to a backup car and qualified 39th, but he will start 40th. We have quite a few new rule changes that were explained during the Truck Series race as well as within the server, but we will go over them. Bunch of new developments here today. Rule number 1 that has changed: if there's a yellow flag at any time on the track, the drivers will slow down and not race back to the line. Huge development after Aris Yuko complained about it after being involved in the massive incident at Rockingham. This rule will not be used at road courses, so we will not see that today. The next one, if there's a caution on the track, the next restart will be a double file restart with the lapped cars going to the rear. And then the third and final one, caution thrown anytime close to the ending of a race, there will be one green-white checkered finish. 2 laps to decide the race between all the lead lap cars. No cautions thrown, green, white checkers. Truly wreckers or checkers for the finishes. We saw lots of strategy play in the truck race, including 2-stop versus 1-stop strategies. Will we see something like that here today? You never know. We've seen lots of strategy in the past few road course races, but Garrett Lamar and Christopher Marnell are getting ready to lead them down to the Green flag here, we're off and underway. Lamar looking for his third straight road course win on the season. Up through the S's they go. Lamar, Marnell, Toledo are your top three as Toledo dives down to the inside with Marnell right next to him. Down the back straightaway they go into the bus stop. The 17 backs out of it and stays in third place. Lamar out in front. He's led quite a few laps at road courses in the past few races. Coming out of the final corner, Lamar with a great shot of the field as they're flying through there. Toledo is going to pull out underneath Christopher Marnell, try to make a move to the inside. With that lap led, you're now on lap 2 of 23. Garrett Lamar has led the last 30 laps at road courses in the NCS. As the 17, 23, they all work their way through the S's. Down the back straightaway they go. Side by side into, and the caution comes out. Side by side into the bus stop they win. As the caution comes out, we've got the 79 and the 68. Those guys are on pit road. And already the caution has come out here on lap 2 of 23. As Lamar is going to race us back to the line with a fairly sizable advantage over Christopher Marnell. Let's take a look and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day here at Watkins Glen. Going into turn number 1, looks like the 52 just taps the 79 and sends them around into the barriers. And quite a tame incident, but still reasoning enough to bring out the caution. Looks like the 79, right down onto Sela Nosler. And that brings out the first caution of the day. One last look at it from the spectator point of view. And just rough hits all around for the 79 and the 51. Looks like they'll be able to continue. As I believe the 68 was on pit road for an unrelated issue. But drivers are going to come down pit road. We're going to see drivers coming down. Lamar leading them down pit road. Likely will be some tires and fuel. As Yuko mentioned earlier in the Truck Series race, fuel is definitely more important than tires here, but if you're under caution, you're probably going to want to take both. And it looks like everyone's going to do so. Yep, it looks like all down the line they're taking left and right side tires. So 4 tires and fuel for all of these competitors. Lamar's going to get off the 23 of Christopher Marnell. Stays in his stall. He's late to get out, and Marnell falls down the order and will come out 6th. But Garrett Lamar retains the lead. They're able to hold on to it. As we get a great look at the restarts here, the double file restarts in the Cup Series. Garrett Lamar, he's your leader. He will be leading us to the green flag here at Watkins Glen. LJ Toledo will start alongside him in second place. Third place is the 45 of Arwen Basic. And then Ian McDaniel in fourth. Axel Rocha in fifth, and then Christopher Marnell will line up sixth. We're going to be restarting on lap number 5 of 23 here in the Finger Lakes region. Looks like the 3 of Josh Moore is a little bit confused as to where he needs to be. Finally gets it sorted in line. Green flag is out. The 30 gets a horrible start. LJ Toledo is going to get a great start. The 17 leads them into turn number 1. Very shocking to see that Garrett Lamar did not get a good start. He typically gets great starts here at road courses, but up through the S's, the 30 car back on the charge right behind the 17. So momentarily the 30 lost ground to LJ Toledo, but now side by side they're going to go down the back straightaway into the bus stop. The 30 not in the preferred lane. You're going to want to be where LJ Toledo is, but they're side by side going into the carousel. What a great battle between the 17 and 30 right here. LJ Toledo had a good race during the Truck Series race. Unfortunately, was not able to get the win or get the top 5 as the different strategies played out. He got sorted down the finishing order. But Toledo, coming out of the final corner, trying to make sure his name is there, making sure these Cup guys know that the 17 is one to watch out for here on these road courses. Into turn 1 they go. It looks like the 30 of Garrett Lamar gets alongside the 17. He's going to take the lead back. Caution comes out for a car. Car spinning. It looks like it was the 3 and the 68 and the 69 that were involved. So Josh Moore was spun as the 27 and 32 are on pit road. Lamar, solo, leads them into the bus stop and through the carousel as the 45 of Arwen Basic was alongside LJ Toledo. Now falls back. Pretty much single file here at Watkins Glen as we're racing back to the line now. Ian McDaniel goes to the inside of Arwen Basic. He's going to try to make up some positions as we're going back to the line, but it's going to be Garrett Lamar unchallenged in the first place position. We're on lap 7 of 23. Let's take a look and see what happened. Looks like the 69 of Hayden Phillips just turns him around. I can't tell if there was any aggression or anything to it, but Josh Moore just got straight up dumped by the 69 of Hayden Phillips. Driver's going to come down pit road. Ian McDaniel, the first driver to gamble on strategy. He's going to come down pit road in that pink and white BWT Dodge. So Ian McDaniel going to take a little bit of a gamble here. Should be interesting to see how this plays out for the 26 car, because it looks like he's one of 4 drivers who are coming down pit road. 26, the 4, the 78, and the 6 are all coming down pit road following Ian McDaniel. It looks like it's going to be a splash of fuel and a wedge adjustment for the 26. He's going to come out of pit road. But once again, we're going to get restarted here at Watkins Glen International. It's going to be lap 9 of 23 already under our second caution period of the day. If you're just tuning in, Josh Moore was the cause of the first accident being turned in the first corner, or the second accident he was the cause of, and then the first accident, it was the 79, 52, and 51 coming together. Garrett Lamar is your current leader, with LJ Toledo right alongside him in second place. Third place is the 45 of Arwen Basic, and then Christopher Marnell made his way into fourth place. Axel Rocha in fifth, and then Aris Yuko in fifth. That makes up your first 3 rows as we go back racing here at Watkins Glen for the Mobil 1 at the Glen. A little bit of a stack up coming out of the final corner. But Lamar once again gets a poor start, and Toledo is going to lead them into turn number 1 confidently this time, but the 30 gets underneath him. 3 wide for third place, the 54, 45, and 23 coming together. Lamar is going to take the lead away from Toledo. So Toledo got the good start, but then Lamar was able to get it right back as they're 2 wide behind them. Coming out of the S's, it's the 30, 17, 45, and 54. As Yuko is alongside Arwen Basic. Loses a little bit of ground there as the 30 holding off the 17. Lamar getting back into his rightful place in first place as he feels like. Going on over the radio, he says, quote, "Good thing we got that lead back. The 17 looks fast." Coming out of the final corner, Toledo now looks to the inside of Garrett Lamar. Going into turn number 1. Here comes LJ Toledo. He's going to try to make a mark. Move on the 30. There he is, along the inside. LJ Toledo goes up the inside. He's side by side with the 30 through the S's. Loses a little bit of ground as he's not on the optimal racing line with Garrett Lamar on his left, down the back straightaway. Here comes Arwen Basic trying to make a move on them, nearly making it 3 wide into the bus stop. Here comes the 17, gets into the grass, loses some ground. Lamar's got to take the lead back. Coming through the carousel. Man, that was an excellent little fight for the lead right there as they come through turns 6 and 7 out of the final corner and onto the front straightaway. Here comes Toledo once again with the 45 of Basic right behind him. Basic is going to try to push Toledo into turn number 1 as caution comes out with a hard wreck. A hard incident on the front straightaway. We stay racing, not stay green, as Lamar loses the lead to Toledo, who gets it through the S's. Ooh, hard lick for the 18 of Joshua Harrison. As we will get the replay of it as we race back to the line. Exciting racing here. Now the reason, here comes Toledo going through the grass. This time doesn't lose any ground. And he's going to keep the lead through the carousel going towards turns 6 and 7. Now the reason that they kept the racing back to the line at road courses is because look at this action. There's plenty of action to be had here. As, whoa, the 84 of Axel Rocha gets way loose coming out of the corner. As Toledo led them back to the line. Here's the replay, the 37 of Rowe. Oh, got loose out of the corner, and the 18 of Joshua Harrison was right there. Here's another look at it. Yep, the 37. Bang. Oh, right into the tire barriers went Joshua Harrison. Nelson Reeves also gets turned around with it. And here's on board with Sean McKean. Oh, yeah, the 12 of Nelson Reeves did not help it a little bit. And then the 4 of Nathan Stapleton also gets some damage going off the side of Sean McKean. Oh, interesting strategy play we have here. LJ Toledo is going to stay out, but Arwin Basic, Garrett Lamar, Eris Yuko, Christopher Marnell, Mitchell Collins, Michael Guthrie, they're going to come into pit road. The 87 of Harry Williams is going to stay out. The 84, the 2, the 72. So 50-50 through the field here, staying out. And this is an interesting strategy call. Very interesting strategy call. As they're just getting gas and going. So that was what the plan was. And Arwin Basic led them onto pit road and leads them off. So the 17 of LJ Toledo is going to be your leader as we go back green flag racing here on lap 14 of 23. The 87 of Harry Williams is alongside of him in that silver martini livery. He will restart second. Axel Rocha third, Colin Scarborough fourth, Christian Vargas in fifth. Ian McDaniel all the way back there, you can see him. He might be in the optimal position for the remainder of the race. I will explain that in a moment as we're about to go green flag racing once again. LJ Toledo, can he get another good start? Green flag is out once again. Harry Williams stays alongside of him, but into turn number 1, the 17 is going to have the optimal line. They get a little bit bundled up as they're going to go through the S's. Side by side, Toledo is going to try and clear the 87. I don't think he's been able to. Here comes Toledo. Down the back straightaway, into the bus stop, through the inner loop. Keeping his position, but Harry Williams takes it away. Harry Williams got a great run out of the corner, and he leads them into turns 6 and 7. Now, the reason I said Ian McDaniel might have the optimal position is that these guys are banking on another caution to happen. As Harry Williams leads them with 10 laps to go here. Coming to 9 laps to go. Here comes LJ Toledo going to his inside. Going into turn number 1, Toledo is going to try to make the pass on Harry Williams' stick, and it looks like he's going to be right there next to him. Now, the reason I say that McDaniel was in the best spot is that he took gas to where he would perfectly make it on fuel. If there's a green-white checkered, the 26 would not be able to make it on fuel. He would have to pit. As Toledo gets it through the inner loop, he's going to clear the 87. On board with 72. All of these guys up here will need to pit. The guys that just pitted, the 45, the 30, the 54, 23, everyone, they're making it to the end. They don't have any problems. But the drivers that will need to pit are these ones up here, this top 10, top 15, etc. These are the ones that will need to pit. When will they need to pit? We are not sure, but the last time they all came down pit road was on lap 3. We're on board with a 45 who has made his way up to 18th already, charging his way through the field. Because everyone pitted on lap 3. Harry Williams goes to the inside of the 87, trying to make a move through the inner loop. Not able to do it. So everyone pitted on lap 2, but half the field just pitted on lap 12, and the other half of the field did not, except for Ian McDaniel, who also pitted on lap 7. So Ian McDaniel is able to get it through the end, but this front pack is not. 8 laps to go with LJ Toledo in the lead, coming to 7 laps to go. Here comes Harry Williams diving to the inside. Into turn number 1, the 87 dives to the inside of the 17 of LJ Toledo as they're going side by side. Through the S's they go, the 87 is able to clear LJ Toledo. But Toledo fights back on the inside, and they're going to be side by side down the back straightaway, going towards the inner loop. Through the inner loop section they go. The 87 is able to clear LJ Toledo. With 7 laps to go. In today's race. Coming out of turn number 7, Harry Williams has the lead. Here comes LJ Toledo. 6 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. LJ Toledo going to the inside of Harry Williams. He's going to try to make the move. This has been basically the place where everyone has made their passing opportunities here at Watkins Glen, as Toledo gets past the 87. Not able to clear him yet, but he's going to have a full head of steam coming down the back straightaway. Clears the 87 down the back straightaway. So now the 87 is going to have to worry about Colin Scarborough and 2 Mudfish Motorsports cars who are right on him. '87 was just in the lead, and now he's fighting on, holding on for dear life in second. Ian McDaniel, look at him. He is sitting in 7th place right there. He's in the catbird seat, charging his way through the field. And excuse me, that's not 7th place, that's 9th place for Ian McDaniel in the pink and white BWT car. Toledo, 5 laps to go, with Scarborough coming down the inside for 2nd place. But for how long will we see these guys out front staying out? With how hard they're racing, it's entirely possible that they're just going to stay out until they can't go anymore. The crew chiefs are going to have to pull them off this racetrack. We're on lap 19 of 23, 5 to go. Harry Williams makes it through, holding off the 84 and the 2. And that 87 Martini Toyota. And McDaniel trying to make a move to the inside of the 00, not able to do it. The 00. Spencer Davis from 8th place is going to dive down to pit road. So will this be the start of green flag pit stops for the remainder of these guys that will need to come down pit road? Toledo staying out in front with the 84 and 87 battling for 2nd place right there. 4 laps to go here at Watkins Glen for the Mobil 1 at the Glen. The 84. No words said over the radio at the 17 car, but the 84 is being told to come in. Axel Roch is being told to come into pit road. They will not make it on fuel. So will Colin Scarborough. And it looks like, I guess, the rest of the field might do it. Pit crews at the ready for these drivers up in front. There they go. LJ Toledo is going to go down pit road. Ian McDaniel is going to stay out. as he was the first driver through the pack that didn't need to pit. McDaniel's going to have the lead. 3 laps to go here at Watkins Glen with LJ Toledo, the 84, the 87, the 2, the 58, the 69, the 72, whole bunch of other drivers coming down pit road. Their strategy did not work out. And McDaniel is going to be the driver in the lead here at Watkins Glen. An incredible strategy call by Bones Motorsports, as there's Nick Roten in the 0. Nick Roten is in second place, and he will also make it on fuel. The 45 of Arwen Basic fighting alongside him. Now Arwen Basic moves it into second place. Your top 5 here at Watkins Glen. Ian McDaniel in first. There you see him. Then second place is Arwen Basic. Third place is Nick Roten. Fourth is the 32 of James Sharp. And then fifth place is Sean McKean. Two laps to go for Ian McDaniel, who's all alone out front. There's the 45 of Arwen Basic. And there's the 17 of LJ Toledo, who's currently in 20th place. A tough day for this 17 crew. There's the 68, or the 26, excuse me, not the 68. The 68 was coming down pit road. Ian McDaniel makes it through the inner loop, going through the carousel for the second to last time. Garrett Lamar is in 8th place, trying to make his way through the field, trying to make his way up more positions. As there's the 4 of Nathan Stapleton. He was also on the same strategy Ian McDaniel was. That will benefit him greatly, as he's got a top 10 finish in his hands. But it's going to be Ian McDaniel. White flag is in the air for the 26 car. 2.5 miles left for the 26. And they need to be perfect through this lap to try and secure this victory. Arwen Basic, Nick Roten, not close enough unless the 26 spins it out or something. Down the back straightaway, the 32 of James Sharp trying to make a move to the inside of the 0 of Nick Roten as the 26 makes it through the inner loop. The 0 holds off James Sharp through the inner loop. And down through the carousel goes the 0, trying to hold on to that third place position. And there's Arwen Basic in second place. And here is Ian McDaniel, the crowd, going crazy. He hasn't won since the first race in the NCS SimRacing Challenge, the Daytona 500. Now, Ian McDaniel is finally going to get his second win, crosses the line. He wins the Mobil 1 at the Glen. Incredible race by the 26. Strategy call wins the race for both the Truck Series and the Cup Series. Look at how big the gap was to the 17. And then the 00, the 84, the 87, those guys, unfortunately, they thought their strategy would be the one that won them the race, but unfortunately was not. His second win in the NCS SimRacing Challenge. Ian McDaniel is a winner in season number 2. Finally able to get the victory. I was having a tough season, trying to rebound his way back to the top of the points. McDaniel certainly needed this win. Let's take a look at our finishing results. McDaniel, Basic, Roten, James Sharp, Sean McKean, that's your top 5. Is Ian McDaniel just ran out of gas. They just played it perfectly. Tom Gill, Nathan Stapleton, Garrett Lamar, Christopher Marnell, Mitchell Collins, and Michael Guthrie, David Kreutz, Abby Lane, Eris Yuko, Abel Nickerson, Rue Sharp, Barney Thresher, Jonah Burridge, Josh Moore, and Jacob Dabo round out your top 20. As a lot of drivers able to play the strategy into their favor. Who wasn't able to do it was LJ Toledo, who finished in 21st. Spencer Davis, 22nd. Axel Rocha, Harry Williams, Colin Scarborough, Keith Hughes. And then Sam Francis, Hayden Phillips, Henry Guo, Alexander Rowe, Aaron Hunter, Christian Vargas, Richard Fridge, Greg Rowland, Jimothy Sharp, Sela Nosler, Nelson Reeves, Rory Sharp, Boston Jones, Joshua Harrison. That is your finishing results. The point standings have changed. We've got a new points leader. Marnell was 3 points back from the lead coming into today's race. Now he is your points leader by 18 points over Alexander Rowe. So a huge swing in the point standings. As Yuko, Fridge, and Harrison, your top 5. Hunter, Moore, Harry Williams, Nick Roten, and Garrett Lamar, those are your top 10. McDaniel shoots his way into 16th in points. Sean McKean moves his way into 15th in points, his best finish on the season. And then lots of other drivers through the points as they cycle on through. Guthrie sitting in 21st place. Scarborough, 26th. Nosler has dropped from 28th place in the points standings. Started strong, but has unfortunately dropped within the points. And then James Sharp, Rory Sharp, and Rue Sharp all still outside of the top 30 in the points standings. That'll do it for today's race. Certainly a very fun, exciting showcase here at Watkins Glen. Ian McDaniel able to claim the victory. The next race is going to be another wild one, Bermuda. We're going to the Bermuda Triangle for the Doritos 400. We will see you all there for the next race of the NCS Sim Racing Challenge.